Hi everyone, I'm Sylwolf and I'm going to be doing a few art tutorial videos in addition to everything else. So I'm still going to be doing, for the record, a few Furby videos now and then, and still some robot videos and stuff, but I want to sort of broaden my horizons and concentrate more on a few other things that people might like as well. And I said this in the last video I did of Pokemon Go, but a lot of people want to see art videos and also gaming videos, so I'm going to be introducing those to my channel as well. Now, I have done a few art videos. I've done a few how to draw Furbies and how to draw my own characters and whatever, and I have also done a few sort of art tips, character creation tips and things like that. So I'm going to be sort of doing a few tutorial videos. They are in no particular order because art is such a huge diverse thing. Where do you start? It was my dad actually who said, well, why not start with the basics, and that is, well, I'm going to be doing traditional art and possibly digital later on because I do both, but starting with traditional art and the basics of fitting a character onto a page. So you've got a piece of paper and you want to draw something on it, but it can fall off the page, which people don't have the issue with digital art, but traditional art, yeah, you end up with things like this. So this was a picture that I did of these two characters here, and the feet fell off the page. So what I did was I stuck another piece of paper to the bottom of it so that I could draw their feet on at the bottom. This one was actually digitized anyway in the end, so it didn't really matter. But you don't want to be sort of doing this all the time. Another example, same characters. This is a Halloween picture I did of them. You can see that again I've had to put a piece of paper on because she fitted on the page because I drew her kind of too far over this way, and so he didn't fit on the page, so again I had to put a piece of paper on there as well. I don't tend to really do these things, I don't tend to sort of misjudge, but I did with these ones. So I work with, I mean, you've seen this in other videos, I work with a mechanical pencil. I have done for years. I'm not really that good with drawing with a normal pencil anymore. There's a little eraser that I use for sort of larger type mistakes, and one of these Japanese erasers, these are really useful. You can get refills for these, and you can see the tiny little eraser there. That's for making you know, like correcting tiny small mistakes. You know, maybe you've got a line slightly out of place. I find this really useful. And you can get these. I get them from my local bookstore actually because they sell art stuff as well. This is a Mono Zero Elastomer Eraser Tombow, and it is made in Japan. So that's also useful. They come in different colours. You can get neon pink and neon yellow, etc. But the eraser is always white. So so when you go, I mean, I just draw stuff straight out on paper because I've been doing it for years, and it just kind of, it's easy, you know, but even I make mistakes because as an artist we're always growing and learning. Nothing is ever perfect. None of us are ever going to get things perfect first time every time. That's just how it is. And anyone who thinks that their artwork is absolutely perfect and there's no room for improvement, well, you're kidding yourself basically. Even the great artists are always striving to improve. So if you feel that your character may fall off the page, start by drawing a few shapes. Now, I don't really work with shapes because I just draw things straight out. I don't know if I'm just lazy or what, but when there's more complicated poses I do use shapes just to get, like if it's more than one character or whatever and they're in a bit of a complicated pose, it's just to kind of get things looking how they should before I start doing the drawing in the details. And also I can draw characters backwards. And you know, I normally start with the eyes, but the more you draw you'll be able to start anywhere on a character just to get particular parts of the body in the right place for what you're trying to do. So I'm going to draw a person on this piece of paper. He's not going to be anyone in particular, it's just to demonstrate. So the reason I've chosen a person is because people, as opposed to animals, their feet can fall off the page. I mean, those other ones that I did were from, if anyone's seen an extremely goofy movie, it's Bradley Uppercross III from that film with my fan character Brandy. They're kind of dog people. I'm not really sure what they are. They're kind of, like I said, dog-human hybrids, but they have 2 legs, so that's why I used them, because those are 2 pictures I've done recently. The feet have fallen off the page. So anyway, so you start out by drawing just to get the character on the page. Now my character, he's going to have a wacky hairstyle, so I'm going to leave room for that. So here's his head, and hopefully you can see this. This is why I usually use biro for these. The light is not good in here. So there's his neck, the sort of the body shape here. I will move this closer to the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Arms, I mean, he's going to have one arm perhaps on his hip. He's going to be wearing a t-shirt. Here are his trousers. Just put him in really simple clothes just so I can show you what I'm doing. And the thing is, when you try to get a character on the page, you don't want to do it so small that it's tiny. You want it to sort of fill the page nicely, and that's the challenge. Therein lies the sort of challenge of the matter. So we've got his feet here. I like to draw sort of Converse on my characters. I grew up watching a lot of 90s cartoons. They always seem to have the same sort of shoes. So here we go. This is our character here. You can see him on the page there. And he fills most of the page fairly comfortably. Hopefully you can all see that. So now you start doing the details. Now I will do a separate thing on faces. I'll bring the camera slightly closer so you can see what we're all doing here. That's a bit better. There we go. Now you can see a bit better now. I'm still sort of setting this up and getting used to it. Yeah, so I'm going to do a tutorial on faces, but to get eye positions and stuff within this little circle I've drawn, I do like a cross where the eyes are going to be, and the nose, because it's just a thing people do. Animators do it and things like that. It just helps. So this isn't going to be brilliant, by the way, guys. I'm good at drawing sort of half open eyes, so I'm going to do half open eyes on him. I think I might actually draw that eye a little bit lower down, just so his neck isn't massively long. So he's got eyebrows there, and here's his nose. I'm trying desperately not to turn it into one of my characters. His eyes are kind of big. Yes, he's looking happy. And when I do these videos, by the way, this isn't a how to draw what I'm drawing, it's just a how to draw certain things. So for example, when I do like animal videos and stuff, it's not to draw, not just to copy what I've done, it is literally to use the techniques that I'm teaching you and draw your own thing. Because when you copy other artists or draw the thing that they're drawing, you also copy their mistakes. So I tend to use photo references, especially for animals or human poses. I recently did a picture of a guy on a skateboard, and I used photos of people on skateboards. So I'm just drawing some random punk, I don't know. There's his mohawk. I draw a lot of sort of punks and things because I am one, and it's kind of a fun aesthetic to work with. I never used to be able to draw sort of human heads, so that was an issue, but by drawing punks, most of the head is sort of empty, you know, most of the head is bald with the mohawk on the top. It helps you with drawing human heads, or you could just draw a bunch of bald men. If there's any aspect of art that you struggle with, just draw loads of that thing, like hands for example. Just draw loads of hands in different positions. I will do a tutorial as well on hands because I know how much people struggle with them. So there we go, he's got a head, and I'll just add in his t-shirt. He's got a large baggy t-shirt on. Now I've already put in a few guidelines, so it makes it kind of easy for drawing in the rest, depending on how detailed you want it to be. I mean, he's not going to be that detailed because this is just an example, but oh, I was going to do a short sleeve t-shirt. It turns out it's going to be long sleeved. Never mind, he's wearing a long sleeve t-shirt. It doesn't matter. Put one hand by his side. Try not to talk too much about hands, but another thing that if you struggle to draw hands you tend to do is draw them in the character's pockets and things like that, which is an easy way to get out of it, I suppose. I will also be doing tutorials on clothes, folds on clothes, and how to do things like that. I draw more male characters than female, don't ask me why. So my female characters I have sort of been working on, shall we say. I draw myself a lot, so since I'm a woman, even though I often get mistaken for a man, and to be honest I don't really mind what people, if they think I'm male, fair enough. Doesn't really matter to me, but yeah, I draw myself, so that's how I practice. You know, women, I suppose. I'm also not very good at drawing like fatter people and things like that because I just don't, you know, and if you don't do the thing then you're not going to get any better at the thing. I have drawn a few of my friends who are larger people, and they're always really happy when I do it because I make them look slim. So yeah, you can be quite flattering maybe if you can't draw something very well. I remember I drew a picture of my friend who's a bass player in a band, and he's like, oh, I love how slim you made me look. So yeah, he was very happy about that. So there we go, he's mostly done. And we'll just give him a pair of shoes, sort of cartoony type shoes, I don't know. You know how they look in those old cartoon shows. They've got kind of these bits and the rubber bit at the end of the toe. When I was a kid my toes were always going through things because my big toes are they're quite a bit longer than my other toes, and so the toe of my shoes always used to go first, and so these kind of rubber toe tipped shoes were always useful because they'd last longer. I've got quite a few pairs of them, but they're all kind of old now. Get in my pocket there. And draw, I don't know, an anarchy symbol on his t-shirt. And there you go. You have a person. And he, as you can see, is a nice size on the paper. He doesn't fall off the paper. He's big enough that you can see him, and you could probably put some sort of a background behind, I don't know. I'm not massively good at backgrounds, so I can do backgrounds, but it's only really if I've got, like, there's a pavement behind him there. It's only if I've got an idea in my head. And we'll put some bushes. He's out on the street and there's the bushes, and he's stood in the middle of the road for some reason because he's a rebel. So there you go, there's the picture So I guess that's the first art video. Hopefully it will help some of you. I'm going to do just varied. I'm not going to do like a tutorial series or anything like that. I'm going to just do random videos, so if anyone's looking for a certain thing, they can watch the video on it, and they don't have to have seen a load of other videos in order to find out the thing that they want to know about, because I think that's the easiest way to do it, and that way I can just do anything I feel fits, you know. And if anyone has any ideas, or if there's anything you particularly struggle with, let me know in the comments, because I can add it to the list of videos to do, and hopefully help you guys out as well. So that's the first video. I will be doing more, and I've got a list, like I said. I will be covering things like human faces, anime style human faces, eyes, animals, realistic animals, cartoon animals, cats, dogs, dog faces, noses, eyes, hands for people, paws for animals, because I know people like how I draw paws, so I'll be doing videos like that, and also how to colour. The way I coloured took me 3 years to learn, so also colouring fur, both realistic and stylised. So you have a lot to look forward to in the art videos. So like I said, hopefully there'll be something here for everyone. So that's really all for this video. If you want to see more videos like this, there are some coming up in the boxes down below, as well as the art related playlist. There you can find out some more art videos. There are also videos of me making plushies and stuff as well. On the subject of plushies, check out my new Monday and Etsy stores. They've got a few plushies in there. I also take custom orders for plushies as well. Or you can buy me a coffee on Ko-fi if you want to donate a bit to help me out. It all goes to a good cause, because I'm a freelance artist working from home and this is my revenue. So with that being said, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep being awesome. This is Silverwolf signing off.